So let's talk about Gorgonize. So the way that this deck works is we don't actually use any wisps or anything like that. We use Vitality Harvest and we use Veldin's Promise. You need Vitality Promise, or sorry, you need Vitality Promise. Yeah, combine the names of the powers. You need Vitality Harvest because you're going to lose a lot of minions with this deck, and so you need to be able to clear them off the board to summon more. So that's the 5-unit limit is going to be a problem with this deck. It just is. And so Vitality Harvest is really mandatory because otherwise you'll get stuck with a lot of dead units on the board. Oh, and if you have a lot of units that are dead, by the way, you get mana too. So it's kind of a win-win there. Veldin's Promise is really nice as well because it is so unpredictable and it makes your deck very difficult to play against. Everybody constantly forgets that killing a unit heals your other units, and I just see it over and over and over again, even with really good players make a lot of mistakes that they wouldn't against more simple to play decks. It also doesn't hurt that Veldin's Promise is kind of bugged and has unpredictable effects in certain cases where some units don't get healed when they should, or other units get healed and doesn't make sense. So it can be a little unpredictable at times, but it's definitely pretty mandatory for this deck. As for the cards themselves, this is probably the fastest tempo deck in the game, even faster than the old Council Face Rush. Excuse me. I've seen Council Face Rush turn. Spare do that. So in turn, Council Face Rush kind of turned into a mid-range deck a little bit too, but this one is definitely all in the cheap units. So we got Rats, 1 mana. Sagittaria, 1 mana. Stoneling, 1 mana. Iconoclast, 2 mana. Gnome Wrecker, 3, but you get 1 mana back. And we got some AoE guys. We got Tongue Buckets, which benefit from Veldin's Promise, and then a number of spells a number of guys that kind of combo. So Ember Wield is really good because you can summon a lot of cheap units to get his attack up very quickly if you sit him in the back. So that can be one way to play if you draw him early. Mana Seeds reduces the cost of cards in hand by 1, and if a lot of the cards in your hand already only cost 1 mana, then they become free. And if you get the right hand, you can conceivably summon 4 units on turn 1. It's happened before, and it becomes crazy. And then on turn 2, you do Nature's Balance, and all of your 1 mana, or all your free minions in this case, now get up to 2 attack. So, you can really get like a crazy lucky draw with this deck, and have some pretty profoundly crazy combos. And then Savage Strength is your finishing card. If you get a lot of units on the board, you have a lot of units, but they're all cheap. They don't do a lot of damage. Well, if you Savage Strength, all of a sudden every unit gets +2. So if you have more units on the board, then you have more units to gain +2. So it ends up working out pretty well for you, even if you just need to trade. And then Gorgonize. So if for some reason the opponent is able to stabilize and start to ramp up, especially with a lot of chain units, which tends to be pretty good against this deck that relies on swarming, Gorgonize is your way to equalize the game again. And it will just kill all their expensive units and turn them into Stonelings, and then you get to start over, but hopefully you can leverage your global effect spells to win from there. A few other combos that I want to point out for this deck. Tongue Bucket plus Strong Roots. When a unit gains 1 health, that counts as an ally being healed. So Strong Roots and also Viridian, they can both trigger the attack buff on the Tongue Bucket. So we'll see if we can make that happen. But anyway, I'm gonna queue up and let's see if we can get a win, or even just a good game. I'd settle for a good game. Alright, so this looks like Face Rush Hammer. This is a really awful opening draw. This is actually unbelievably bad. Because I have none of my cheap units, and so I'm not going to be able to swarm him at the beginning. Additionally, this map has these attack squares, which makes it really good for chained units. So that's really a shame. So I want to get rid of these tongue buckets as fast as possible, yeah, and draw into stonelings. And I think what we're going to do here. So we're going to throw these two guys down. But yeah, unfortunately with this deck, you can really you can get unlucky sometimes with your opening draw. Half the deck is almost 1-mana minions or 2-mana minions, of which I drew none of. And when that happens, you just have a deck that is slow and bad. It's bad at being slow. This deck, you really want to pop out like 3 units, you know, ideally 3 units in the first turn if you can. Especially if you're going second, you really want to get 3 units out. But I was only able to get 2 out. I'm hanging on to Ember Wield. Ember Wield can be really good. Wow. Holy smokes. Is he going to kill my crystal? Wow, that is bananas. Okay. So we want a Mana Seed, for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. And I might want to Nature's Balance. You know, I actually messed that up. What I really want to do is I wanted to swap one of these cards first. I don't think this is an Ember Wield game. I don't think Ember Wield's going to be good this game. That's not what I wanted either. This is really frustrating. Okay. Well, so I think we have to play Tongue Bucket now. The reason I didn't get rid of Tongue Bucket is because if I drew something stupid like Gorgonize, then I needed a way out. Anyway, so let's do our trade here. We can at least kill him, and then we can play the Dark Altar. And at least we'll be able to stabilize a little bit this way. Put that there. And then what we really want to do is we just want to put him in an obnoxious place. He really went all out for my crystals there. And now he's a little bit mana starved. It looks like he's just gonna, you know, completely go YOLO crystals. Wow, you put a Tackifier down. That is crazy greedy. Alright, so now he's gonna get punished a little bit. Because I've got the rat here. Okay, so that's good. And now I'm going to put the Nut Lobber down here, because then I'm going to be able to deal with his Tackifier. This. And now we want to get aggressive. Alright, so we're going to do something a little precise. Buff all their attack. And now they go back on the attack tile here. Okay, yeah, this is fine. He might no, he can't really unclutter here very easily. So you can see why this deck is very good against the Face Rush Hammer, because it is so fast that if he unclutters here, I can just summon this stuff back pretty inexpensively, and he's not really in a better situation. He's just going to lose the race again. Like, he got 4 damage on my crystal, but you can see, even after getting 4 damage on my crystal, I've already turned the board completely on its head. And now he is mana starved, and he has... yeah, so he's going to unclutter here. but I'm gonna be able to resummon, you know, a lot of these guys pretty much right away again. Alright, we're just gonna summon those guys. Probably should have just left him on the attack tile, actually. That was a little bit silly. But yeah, so if he starts to gain the upper hand or is able to build anything really big, he can always Gorgonize out of this. Time to fight. And that's not that scary.
Protect the crystal.
Okay, that's not that scary either. Alright, so now, so here's where the ramp is really going to come into play. So we're going to summon, we're going to have 5 guys on the board by the end of this turn. And now we just start throwing guys at crystals. So we're going to have 5 guys on the board. I don't care about any of this stuff. We're going to get a damage under the attack of fire here. I will put him here. Okay. And so even with all that, I only spent 5 mana. So yeah, he can unclutter again if he wants. But then after this is his last unclutter. Nope, no, it's not going to be uncluttered.
Beat down.
Okay, so we're probably going to Gorgonize pretty soon. No, that's a nice card to get. So let's Mana Seeds. I guess my other option, well, I want to clear him with Viridian, but I'm afraid that if I do that, if I do that, my crystal's going to die down there. So that's not really an option. So I pretty much have to Gorgonize this turn. So let's do what we're gonna do. So we're gonna hit that. And the question becomes, where do I want him? I think I want him here. And we're gonna put this guy here. He thinks it's over. Oh, it's so funny. And then we're gonna Gorgonize. He thought it was over. Oh my. That is a good one. Alright, then we plant him right next to the attack of fire. Cool. Alright. Attack of fire is definitely pretty good in this situation. Because it buffs all of his dudes. But this game is definitely not over. That is for sure.
Protect the crystal.
So I need like a 1 mana guy to put in front here. That's perfect. Ooh, that's... Ooh, it's 1 mana too much. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait on... Okay, how do we do this nicely? Alright, so I need to... Okay, now so I can put him here. And put him here. And put the rat here. Did I mess this up? Yeah, well, no, I didn't mess it up. No, I didn't mess it up. Because I'm not playing Viridian this turn. And we're going to Bramble Mine here. Okay, and that's all. That's all we need to do.
Okay, let's try.
That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, he had to spend all the rest of his guys dealing with that, so that's pretty nice. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna get some free mana. Free mana is always nice. And then we want to send... I want to buff this guy's attack by 1. It's pretty important. Okay. But also important is I want to be able to get in position to deal with his
Heed my call. Your will.
attack of fire next turn. So I think, yeah, she needs to be there. So if he's able to kill this tongue bucket and save the apprentice, then I'm going to be in really rough shape. But he might not have the ability to do that. And he's died. What the world? So he's just going completely for my face. Wow, that was okay. I don't know if that's gonna work out. This deck can really kill people fast. Okay, well, so we got to deal with her. There's no way around that. The one thing we could do that's a little cute. Okay, yeah, we can do this. I can actually kill his top crystal this turn. I'm not sure I want to. Okay, so kind of using this guy as a conductor of electricity. I'm a little nervous that if I kill this crystal that I might end up like dying very quickly as a result. But need to win fast, so I don't think I can afford to leave that on the table. I can also kill him quickly. I've got Savage Strength, so if he ignores my units there, I think he dies. No, I'd be 1 off. I missed the vitality on an earlier turn. It's entirely possible.
Let's go clubbing.
Wow. Okay, well, thanks for healing my guys. So that gives me an attack. Ooh. So that's... Oh no, it's gonna chain this way. Well, I could Savage Strength. I think Savage Strength is the play. I'll kill both of his dudes, and he'll be almost dead, and that'll basically be the end of the game.
Get lost, you dirty rat.
Alright. Now we're looking pretty good. When you said I missed the vitality on an earlier turn, when you say vitality, what do you mean by vitality? Now this deck, by the way, is also like requires a lot of concentration, and it's very easy to make mistakes. Yep. See, that is why you don't call preemptive GG. Because you look like a fool when the other person comes back to win. Alright. So, we successfully Gorgonized him. I really wish I could add a second Gorgonize to this deck. But I don't have it yet. But, I'm hoping, that's why I'm crafting this epic, is because I want a second Gorgonize in this deck. It really needs a second Gorgonize. Actually, there's a few cards that I'm missing that would make this deck a lot better, but I just don't have them. Okay. So he's playing Velden Promise Wisp deck. So this could be like a, this could be a, like a Overpopulate deck. I really want to put these two guys down, but I really want to play Ember Wheel next turn and then put the two guys down. So I'm going to pass, and I'm not sure that's necessarily the best decision because he's going to play really slow with his Wisps. But this could be a really good Ember Wheeled kind of game. We'll see.
Make way for the champ.
Okay, I feel better about my decision already. I feel much better about my decision already. Alright, so we're putting him here for sure. Just way in the, or maybe here. Decisions. I don't think it necessarily matters all that much. I can't kill this Bramble, unfortunately. Not this turn, at least. But that's actually, it's not the end of the world.
Feel the burn.
And we're going to put the rat in the back. And we need to deal with her first. I'll put him up here. Put him there.
Fired up.
Take some free damage on his crystal. And we'll see where we end up here. Oh, I did Dead Stoneling at the attacker fired 2 bodies to KO and didn't get the mana. Yep, that's entirely possible. So yeah, this deck really requires you to pay attention at all times. And I am certainly, especially when I'm streaming, I'm kind of trying to talk a lot more. I'm much more prone to mistakes than when I'm just... Okay, so this definitely looks like an Overpopulate deck. Because that's what you use Grove Guardian for. So, if at all possible, I would love to be able to just kill him this turn. The Grove Guardian, to prevent any possibility of Overpopulate. Ooh, that's a pretty good card. And a lot of good opportunities here. So we can get him. We can do all these things. Yeah, we can deal with this entirely. Okay, so first I'm gonna do that. And put them up here, and then we need to deploy both of these guys. So we can just move the Stoneling up here. But the Sagittaria needs to go here. Yeah, it's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yes.
Fired up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be the best.
Yeah, isn't this deck awesome? Isn't this deck awesome? Isn't this deck awesome? Alright, so that's what can happen when he gets out of control, and a lot of these decks don't run hard removal. It just gets out of control, which is what happened there. So yeah, this deck it's a lot of fun, especially because the meta is so aggro heavy, and this is just, it's so fast. It's such a fast deck. Ooh, this is a nice opening draw. Anytime you get Mana Seeds with this deck, it's really nice. Then I'm just gonna... I'm going to march an ogre right at his face. Right, this is a tongue. Okay, so this is Oh my gosh. This deck is hilarious. Alright. How do I want to do this?
On my way.
So I'm inclined to just completely ignore him.
On my way.
We'll put her down. I'm going to put one of these down first. I'll put him here. Yes, definitely want to put him there. Okay, and then we just do a little pot shot, damage, and then I think we just run at him. Yep, I think we just run at him. Yeah, so this is what can happen with this deck. This is great. You can get wrecked by a lot of AoE, potentially. But only if the other decks are running AoE, and a lot of them aren't. And now he's got 5 mana, and he's got to deal with 5 units with one unit on the board. There's definitely some combos that can deal with it. And oh, by the way, next turn I have Nature's Balance to buff all my guys up to 2 attack. Now, obviously the rats are already at 2 attack, but they're probably going to get killed this turn. Yeah, they're going to get killed this turn. But so this Viper is going to get killed by the Nutlobber when the Nutlobber has 2 damage. It is definitely nice not having to worry about Unclutter, but Unclutter is going to get nerfed, and then everybody's going to start playing this deck. So just FYI. Okay. So it's a shame I can't play Vitality Harvest because he's got the dude. But I wish I could kill this thing, but I don't think I can. And I don't want to play Strong Roots because Strong Roots will actually buff his guy. But what we can do is we can put 2 more Stonelings on the board. Actually, what if I... No, that's not going to work. Okay, well... Alright, so we're just going to run at him some more. Yeah, I don't think there's anything cute I can do. So I do this, and then... so I need to move her up here, and she might get wrecked, but there's nothing we can do about that. Here. And I want to wait. Oh no, we gotta wait. I want to put another one down, put him down here. And then we will Nature's Blessing all this stuff. And now he's dead, but he heals me. And yeah, that's that. That's what this deck can do. This deck can just absolutely face roll a slow Warden deck. It is just so fast. I don't understand why my units got healed there. Why did my units get healed there? I killed his unit. I didn't kill my unit. Ally Heroes. I want to like go back and look at the footage on that one. Like that didn't make much sense to me. Okay. Well, this is still not the greatest opening hand. So I think we need to play this one a little slow, unfortunately. Yeah, he was quick to leave, but he was dead. I mean, he was dead, like completely dead. He had no way. I had 5 guys on the board, and he couldn't deal with it. It was over. It was totally over. So we're going to play this one a little slower. Oh, that's a really, really, really good card to draw. Alright, so...
Feel the burn.
He might be leaving this one again, too.
Fired up.
Yeah. He's not very happy, is he? Okay. Yep. That's what happens. If I didn't play 3 guys on the first turn, then you better expect it next game. Okay. Well, let's give this guy some time to calm down and find somebody else on the ladder to play against. Because that was pretty brutal. Let's see. So I'm definitely liking the rat here. So before I started streaming, I had opted to swap out a earth toned for another rat because I'd been playing with earth toned for a while, and every time I drew this earth toned, I would immediately just swap it out because it's so situational. You basically need to you want earth toned after you've just played a Gorgonize, but I'm finding that in like 3/4 of my games I'm not even playing this Gorgonize because I never get behind. Like Gorgonize is my ejection seat, my failsafe in case like for some reason I lose the momentum, but it's not really happening all that often. So I don't really need to add earth toned into this game. So I just swapped it out for another rat. Now, if I manage to acquire a second Gorgonize, I'll probably swap that rat back out for the Gorgonize. Anyway, he should have been able to find a game by now. Let's keep going and play against somebody else. Give this poor soul some mercy from the Gorgonize warden. I've actually had some trouble with this deck against Dark Elf, because Dark Elf has a lot of AoE, and Poison seems to be back in the meta. Dark Elf's a little all over the place. I still like the Dark Bargain Dark Elf. I think that's the best Dark Elf deck, but there's a lot of different things being played right now. I still resent the fact that Dark Bargain is 2 mana instead of 1. But it was too good at the time, but there was a lot of reasons. Is Fist necessary when you have Gorgonize? It's kind of a preference thing. A lot of times if you start getting rolled, it is because there's one unit that is just steamrolling you. This map is really, really crazy for Netlobber, by the way. My hand is really reactionary. It's really reactionary, and I think it's actually better if I save my mana for next turn. Okay, that is a big guy. Come up 2 squares. Come up 2 squares. 2 squares. Wow. No, he did not come up 2 squares. Okay, well that's like actually okay. Boy, it's a little scary though, because Netlobber is not good at dealing with units that are up in your grill. Anyways, we gotta play some dudes here. There's no way around that. I'm gonna play the rat here. I think I want to move her out of the way a little bit. I'll play Sagittarius back here. No. We want her here.
Make way
Yeah,
for
so we're gonna spread out a little bit, and we're gonna see what he comes up with. Like we have a really crazy turn where we do like Nature's Balanced Savage Strength, but it depends on what he's gonna do. It looks like he's just gonna run at my crystals, which is kind of what I want him to do. I have a lot of damage. I have a lot of like surprise damage. Yeah, he's gonna run right at my crystals. He's gonna do a lot of damage to this one, but then he's gonna die, and then he's gonna have nothing left in the tank, and he's just gonna get rolled over. That's what usually happens in this situation. Oh, how about that? Fist of the Gods. So, as I was saying, is Fist necessary when you have Gorgonize? Well, sometimes in situations like this, having Fist of the Gods can be really, really useful. Let's just make sure that there's no better way to deal with this. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to Fist of the Gods him and move on with my life. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Anyway, so this was a perfect example of a situation where Fist of the Gods was particularly powerful. And now we're just going to run rats at his face, and we're going to consolidate a little bit here, and we're going to do some damage to his crystals. Yeah. That looks like a good turn to me. Yeah, well, there you go. Indeed. A lot of times, people play against this by just getting like one huge guy, and you don't really want to wipe your whole board and turn all your guys into Gorgons. He looks like he's saving up for an unclutter. Okay. I get 2 free mana this turn. Do I want a Nature's Balance? I think I might want a Nature's Balance. I kind of want to swap. Tongue Bucket's not doing me anything right now. Ooh, Mana Seeds. Mana Seeds. Maybe... Alright, I think he's saving for Unclutter. So... have at it. You save for your Unclutter. My next turn is just going to be off the chain. Good luck. Okay, no, he's just going to put Terminus down. Well, I don't think that's... Oh, he's... Wow. Wow, what? Okay. We can just Nature's Balance. Do I care about Terminus? I don't think I care about Terminus. I think I just Nature's Balance him and go at him. I'm going to play a lot of cards here. So, Vermin's definitely going down. Put Vermin up here. Sagittarius definitely going down. These 2 Sagittaria... Oh, wow, that Vermin makes... Ooh, hold on. No, I don't have lethal. There's no way I have lethal, but... so Sagittarius definitely going down. The board here. Like here. Move her up here. And then we'll Nature's Balance. And now Terminus is down to 2 attack. And we'll hit Terminus with a bunch of these guys. Oh, I should have attacked with the rat. Oh, that was stupid. See, it's very easy to make mistakes. And we'll put the building down there. Yeah, so like this deck has a lot of ways to deal with expensive cards. He invested all that mana to get Terminus up in my grill, and now he's going to be pot-shotting my crystals for 2 damage. Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. It does literally nothing to my Nut Lobber. That's pretty funny. Okay. Well, I think he's just dead to Savage Strength. He is definitely dead to Savage Strength. Yeah, my front rat went from 4 to 2. So I messed up the ordering there a little bit, but it ended up not mattering. But again, this deck is so technical. It's so technical. It's very easy to make mistakes. Anyway, did I just get 20 points for that win? I thought that the winning only got you like 10 at some of these higher ranks, but maybe it's a little faster now. Maybe they changed the tuning on it. We'll see after the next game, because I know at 4 and above it'll be different. But yeah, this deck is, especially as soon as Unclutter gets nerfed, this deck is going to be in the meta for sure. I think it's probably one of the best decks out there now. And this version of it even is not even the best version. If we add cards like a second Gorgonize, and then also what's this? Nope. I'll show you later. Whatever the Sly Swap. The Sly Swap. All right. We got a Dark Elf here. Ooh, oh, wow. Look at this hand. Look at this hand. This is crazy. Look at this hand. Oh my goodness. This is so bananas. Alright.
Make way for the champ. Yes, aim.
Alright, well that was good. That was a good start. We could get wrecked pretty hard by like an impaler or something like that. An impaler would actually be really bad. I should have been... I probably shouldn't have played the... Well, no, actually... Okay, good. No impaler. Impaler would be really, really bad. It's like really, 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 really bad. He would have been able to clear my whole board with impaler.
I'm going to be the best.
So he still cleared everything, but now I can just Vitality Harvest, and I get it all back. So yeah, let's Vitality Harvest, and we can play 4 more guys. We can play 4 more guys.
I'm on my way.
This is, again, very vulnerable to Impaler, but he didn't have Impaler last turn, so let's hope that he doesn't have it this turn either. I guess if he keeps killing my units, I can just keep Vitality Harvesting them. Seething Sniper. It's him. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's really nice. That is a really, really nice card. Vermin. Vermin's a really nice card. But I need to be careful about the ordering here. Because I can't play Vermin and then also Vitality Harvest. I have to do Vitality Harvest first. So Vitality Harvest first. Now we Vermin. I guess we can Vermin anywhere. We can Vermin like here. If we want. Yeah, let's Vermin there. So now this rat can kill the archer. So that's pretty nice. Then, yeah, we'll leave Vermin back there. We'll put him here. This deck has done actually a pretty good job of holding me off. He's like on the edge, on the edge, on the edge, but he's just barely hanging on. Having Vermin out's gonna be nice. But I spent like a ton of cards and I didn't really get a lot of crystal damage. And his board is, I mean, it's not terrible. Okay, he's just gonna send him across. Well. What do I want to do? I can remove him. I can remove him. I have to blow a lot of stuff to remove him, though. I don't know if Briarheart is going to be that good this game. Or I don't need a second Tongue Bucket. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. That's amazingly good. Now I can remove him a lot easier. So now I can remove him, and also I can kill the Viper. I can kill everything. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. We're gonna have to put Vermin in danger, though. I don't think there's any way around it. The ordering is just a little bit tricky. Yeah, so we need to move him forward first. Do this. Do like this. There. Oh, you know, I could have saved Vermin. Oh, I could have hit this crystal. Oh well. I kind of goofed that up a bit. Now I can Vitality Harvest. I guess we will get a Briarheart out here this time. Yeah, this deck is super fun to play. Like, it is just throw down a ton of units and run at their face. And boy, it's fun. You don't even necessarily need Gorgonize to play with this deck. Gorgonize is a good escape hatch, but I mean, I only used Gorgonize once in these games. I mean, it won me the game in the game that I used it, but I've only used it once. So you could definitely not rely. Oh my God, this turn is going to be crazy. All right, watch this turn. All right, this is why I run Viridian and Tongue Bucket together. All right, watch this madness. This is just nonsense. All right, now all of a sudden Tongue Bucket is 5 attack because I buffed all these guys' attack. So now he's just gonna go wreck his crystal, and we're gonna send all of our ranged units to attack the. All right, so I can do it like this. Oh, this is perfect. Look at this play. Look at this. This is immaculate. This is immaculate play. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now it is done. This game is over. Over. It is done. Yeah. All right. Exactly. Do it all the way. Not exactly. I just figured. Alright. So I think we will do one more. Yeah, I got 20 points for that, so that was nice. 20 points. So the card I'm missing, so Sly Shift. This card is awesome. That if I get that card, it will go into my deck. Because you can turn Vermin into a 5/1, which is for 3 mana, which is crazy. We'll do one last one with this game, or one last run with this deck, and then I'll post it on YouTube and watch as everybody copies it and ruins the meta for everybody. So sorry in advance, but this deck is your future if you're playing Hero Academy 2. Nobody's running it yet, but they will be in 2 weeks. Everybody's going to be running this deck. Or some variation of it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to read the chat there. People were... I saw Gorgonize, and I saw nothing else. Alright, this last one. Ooh, mana Seeds in the first turn is always great. Crystals being together is great for Nutlobber, for obvious reasons. We'll play the rat aggressively. He might die, but he's free, so we need him to turn the card. Yeah, he's got a bow archer. Okay, well, that's what happens sometimes. Why don't you move here? Move here. Move here. Oh. Okay, well. Anyway, so we'll play our rat in a little different position here. So now he can't get to him with the archer. We'll play Nutlobber. Did I goof this a little bit? Not necessarily. I haven't goofed this yet. I'll play Nutlobber here, so I can get a pot shot off. And we'll play Stoneling in front. Cool. Yeah, Impaler and Chain is really good. Yeah, Dark Elf definitely has the easiest time dealing with it. Impaler can really wreck this deck. AoE can also potentially wreck this deck. Like things like Plague. Like Dark Elf has Plague, which is 1 to 3 damage to all minions on the board, which is really, really devastating against a deck like this, because you're gonna have more minions on the board and they're all really cheap. So, like, it can just board wipe you for 3 mana, which is not good. Okay, well, I mean, this may look bad for me, but it's not actually that bad for me. So we can do Vermin Nature's Balance. I'm just trying to think of where I want to put my guys. I'm going to do it here.
You're next.
For some reason he gets close. We can use Briarheart as well. But yeah, we're feeling pretty good this game. We got a better board. We have tons of removal. Gorgonize and Fist of the Gods. And our Gorgonize is cheap because it got the mana cost reduced. So there's no way that he's going to be able to overrun me from this position. He might try to unclutter. Even this is not that great of an unclutter, though. Oh, that's interesting. Sagittaria. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to play Sagittaria, Savage Strength, kill this Archer, and then move these guys up. But if he has Unclutter, then that would actually really stink, because he's saving up a lot of mana here. So unfortunately, I think we need to play around the Unclutter a little bit. So we're still going to sacrifice the Sagittaria. But the Sagittaria dying is going to heal me.
I'm going to be the best.
So it's not the worst. And then we'll put him here. And we're just going to sit on this because I think he wants to unclutter. So we're just going to sit on this and have a lot of mana next turn. And if he unclutters, then I was going to Terminus. Alright, well that's not going to work. That's not going to work for a lot of reasons. That is not going to work. Do I want to remove it myself or... Nah, no. We're going to be a little bit greedy here. And we're going to set up for the lethal next turn. If he's not able to remove Vermin, then we could we could use Savage Strength to get lethal next turn. I think if I wasn't so confident that I'm going to steamroll him, I wouldn't make a move like this because it's really greedy. But it worked. So we need to kill him. I guess we could have. It doesn't matter. It's lethal. And that's it. All right. So Gorgonize goes with like 6-0 or 7 or I don't know. It was a lot to 0, and that's gonna ruin the meta. But that's how it goes. Let's see. Is anybody? I don't know. They were just playing. All right. Cool. Anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. Solid hour almost. So thanks for hanging out. And we'll hope you enjoy this deck and have a blast playing it. It's pretty easy to put together. None of these cards are particularly nuts to acquire. All these cheap common cards and then a few greens and legendaries that are kind of optional, to be honest. So yeah, fast games. Flying up the ladder. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Good night.